Good morning, my peeps. It's Michelle, Sacred Spiritual Healer. If you would like a personal reading, you can email me at sacredspiritualhealer@gmail.com. A donation can be sent to that email through PayPal. Information while I'm getting ready to lay the cards out, just scroll down in the information below that explains the energies, right? The feminine, masculine, male, female, etc. because energies are fluid. Also, Spirit wants you to know about the blue candle. Today is your candle of blue for the throat chakra. Speak your truth. Be in truth of self, but also speak your truth. And to open your throat chakra, the crystal that he wanted pointed out was the blue topaz. So this is a couple of the light blue ones are there too, but this is my little thing of blue topaz crystals. Beautiful. Alright, I do have some other messages that were channeled during the meditation that I don't usually get. So like everything though, our gifts that Spirit blesses us with expand, right? They are growing all the time. So I did jot them down because it was getting a little detailed. But so someone in the collective or will be listening to the message today at some point, evidently. Carl, someone named Carl, has black hair. You're wearing a gray suit, or gray is important to you in some way. Spirit wants me to give a message to you. You drive a silver car, you have a house. Either you have a yellow lab or yellow dog, or there's one in your yard. I did receive the visual of the yellow dog in the side yard facing the house. It was to your right. So whether he's in your yard or your neighbor's, not sure. But your wife needs to see a doctor or something regarding her bones. It's imperative that your wife see a doctor. And that message is for Carl. Yes, you have black hair. You are wearing today a gray suit, or gray is a color of importance. You drive a silver car. And I love that you have a dog if you do. If not, feel free to adopt one. Needless to say, moving forward, Janet, very important message for Janet. You have, I think I saw like a dirty blonde hair, a little bit longer hair. You're wearing green today, or the color green is important to you. Spirit just kept showing me the color green around you. All right, and also you drive a blue car, I believe. May live in a condo, from what I heard in the messages. Janet, you need to drive very carefully. You're going to be late for work today, and you're going to be in a hurry, but yield to the truck that is coming in on your left. Again, I know you're going to be late for work, but Spirit wants you to drive slow and be alert, give way to, or yield to the truck coming in on your left. All right, Romano, you have a message. Romano either lives in the Middle East, or there's something of importance to you in the Middle East. Hang on, I dropped some cards. You don't live in United States, though. I did get that. Something about the East, but something about the Middle East was relevant to this message. You're wearing red. You have dark brown hair. You drive a black car. In Spirit, it's imperative that you turn yourself in. You are a person of interest. Very specific message for Roman or Romano. At first I just heard Roman, but then later I heard Romano. So that's your first name. Again, because we got Carl and Janet being first names. So Romano or Roman is your first name. Dark brown hair, red. You're wearing red today, and you drive a black car, and you are a person of interest. And I did get the message, something to do with the FBI, but I don't usually get these messages, like I said, so I'm just putting out what Spirit wants me to send forth. Now moving on to our messages that we're here for the collective, right? Love and light. And certainly keep Janet in our thoughts, sending her love and light as she travels to work. And Carl for his yeah, for his wife, that she does seek medical attention or a checkup. All right. Again, the black candle is lit for the spirits, to guidance of them in their journey as they reincarnate. And what I found really interesting, because when I just was checking I started the recording, but I wanted to check just to make sure that it was all in. This was all in the camera, I guess, view. And the candles don't usually have such a bright aura around them or a bright light around them. They were just shining yellowish, showing that the spirits, it's kind of like a reflection of the spirits around it, which was beautiful, I thought. So, collective, yes, I am hurrying. I hear people saying, get to the message, get to the message. All right, so for you, we have your career today. And yeah, I know I'm shuffling loudly. A lot of changes this morning. But I'm liking the energy overall for people. The cards have a good vibe in them, so that's good. So yeah, let's get some messages for the collective, please, Spirit, for their career. What does the collective have to look forward to in their jobs, their career, their monies? Not that everything's about the monies. Okay. Not doing past energies today. Spirit wanted me to focus instead on that message for those 3 people. So yeah, we're going to just give a quick shuffle to this deck. I have already shuffled everything, of course, during meditation. Spirit, give us true and precise message. I'm just guided to pull those right off the bat, so I'm going to put them there. And then pull from the top, true and precise messages for the collective for today's energy, what they have to deal with, or what they're going through. Okay, Spirit says we're using the same deck to clarify. So, important messages for you today. Instead of overall energy, what you need to focus on is giving and receiving, giving your love, receiving love, and in a sense, also I'm drawn to, regarding the channel, be sure and have some energy exchange if you want the messages, and not just for myself, but any reader that you are trying to, you feel you resonate with, or you want a more deeper resonation with the readings. If you either like, each time, each of their video, it helps with the energy exchange to connect you to that reader. So yeah, giving and receiving is that energy exchange, right? Winning and losing, it's not about who wins or loses, because we're all here for the good of the universe. To be in your truth. This is about change. Change your perspective away from winning and losing, about the mind games I just heard. Whew, wow. All right, I'm going to flip. Oh, great. First up is a tower. I already did my reading. I did not get a tower today. So, it's the first day in probably a week. In your career, you have passion, love, that equal give and take, the balancing things out. For some of you, yeah, your kundalini is rising. You're having the strength and the courage to move on, to fly above the storm. And yeah, people are watching you very closely on your growth, your light that you're shining within you. And for someone, yeah, you are mirroring them with a very heart-centered space. Someone this is your career, so yeah, someone in the workspace, or someone you want to have a partnership with and go into business with, perhaps, if you're not currently with them, Spirit just said. And yes, it does bring a lot of passion. We have a lotus flower here. And again, a lot of eyes are upon you. And for someone, a few that, yeah, they're giving you that one-eyed look, like, do they really see this happening? Are you really glowing that brightly? And say, yes, you are, and accept that with, with happiness, with self-love. Knight of Pentacles, you're moving forward for blossoming. The Spirit has given you gifts, so for your highest good, for you to grow and prosper. And this beautiful stallion, like horse is just radiant, and that's how people are seeing you, is just beautiful and radiant and moving forward in your work environment, in your pentacles, your abundance. Okay, and in the workplace, right, you're going within number 9 of, it's a 9 card, near completion, but it's a hermit. Almost to the end of that cycle, but you just need to go within because you're feeling almost left out in the cold. You're feeling things are getting a little icy where you're at. You're following your guidance from Spirit. You're shining your light. You're going within and asking Spirit for guidance on that next step, right? What do I do next? Where do I go? What does this mean? Spirit's saying to go within and not only listen to the guidance that you sense with your first intuition, but ask for the visions and pay attention to details. The minute details in the visions and your dreams are the keys to the answers to your questions. Okay, so answer is in the details, and there are a lot of details. So if you're seeing a vision, don't just pay attention to the very first thing you see and the obvious, right? You have to look at the metaphor, what it could represent. Queen of Wands, listening to your higher self, balancing things out between you and a divine counterpart that you have telepathic communication with. You know things are perhaps haven't been balanced in the past, but you have a lot of passion for. You're shining your light, guiding them to mirror you, right? And the sun is here blessing you. And again, this is a partnership here, perhaps in the near future, a partnership in work, in the way you make your pentacles, because you're starting and ending with 2, right? A partnership. And so to me, yeah, maybe you are thinking of leaving a corporate job, of the matrix, the 9 to 5 BS, right? And you're ready to move forward because you know you are enough. You have the self-confidence, the self-love to win, right? Because in that sense, you know that you are strong enough to withstand the storm. You've set your okay, for some maybe you've set boundaries, but what I was going to say was you're strengthening the roots beneath the ground, allowing your tree, right, as your roots and your base grows and strengthens, you're able to withstand the storm. All right, and speaking of storms, we have here a tower moment, throwing you from the upheaval of your life, throwing you to rock bottom, starting over. Not to climb back up. Spirit said, don't climb back up and try to build from what's fallen, what's damaged, but plow it over and start fresh somewhere else. Move forward and start all fresh, all new, away from the storm clouds. It's a 16 card. Number 7, divine this intervention I'm hearing for your highest good, because you weren't making these decisions, you weren't going within and listening to those spiritual messages. Perhaps you were trying to listen, but you weren't seeing the details. You weren't following the correct path. You had many choices here. Number 7 of Cups. Spirit's still allowing you to choose. You do have self-will, but then again, if you're choosing wrongly, then yeah, you're going to get the tower moment. It's going to get you back on track. And yes, we may have to leave behind things that we thought we were meant for, things that we thought were the path we chose, but it wasn't what we thought it was. Then it's time to let things go that no longer serve us and move forward and follow spiritual guidance. Your spirit guides are there communicating with you. 8 of Wands. This is divine communication, fast movement as well. Someone's moving towards you rapidly, divine, with communication, but also a fast movement towards you for growth in this connection. And the sun wants to shine and bless you. And again, with forward movement, we have a Knight of Cups. It's not the Knight of Wands, that in and out. This Knight of Cups knows that he's loving or her, loving themselves, filling their own cup with self-love, and you can see how it's shining brightly because it's divinely guided. They're moving forward passionately and fast. So this Knight is moving fast to the future, to you, and here we have communication or movement towards you rapidly. So yes, this tower is meant for you. This tower is in a disguise, a blessing in disguise, I just heard, so that it may remove some of those options so that you can clear your path and make you realize things were not meant for you, so that you can move forward with this new blessing rapidly, so that you can have that divine partnership as well, I just heard. Okay? So Spirit, give us true and precise messages. Help us clarify. Okay? So the Two of Cups, Page of Cups just came up, and I'm taking it. This is some regarding, that's not, they were filling their cup with self-love, so perhaps in the past you felt they walked away, or this is you that had to walk away in the past, filling your own cup of love. Now maybe your confidence is a little lower, so you're coming across a bit immature or premature in the Page of Cups, not because you're immature in a bad way. It's more because you're perhaps second guessing yourself, not the confidence. You're trying to gain that strength from your solar plexus, right, regarding this divine love. Spirit, give us true and precise messages for the Knight of Pentacles, please. Knight of Pentacles, and I will try to do this quietly. I'd rather get true and precise messages rather than worry about sound all the time. Forward movement, Six of Swords, realizing that it's time with your guidance to move forward. Yeah, because you filled your cup with self-love in regards to this lover's situation, right? This divine love. See, the glow is just blessing it. Perhaps this is your vision when you go to 5D with that divine counterpart. And you no longer want to be in the Eight of Swords situation, that self-imposed imprisonment. You need to go within and shine your light within and ask Spirit for guidance so that you can gain the strength with the Queen of Wands and come up the Emperor. This is the boss, the one in control, connected to that divine light, connected to your guidance, so that you can move forward correctly. Spirit, give us true and precise messages. Clarify this Tower, please. Clarify the Tower. What's this Tower about? What's the Tower about? And Tower is about some temperance, coming in and balancing things out, equaling things. And notice here that she's got the two cups here. It's a divine, the two flames in this cup, but equaling things out. They weren't balanced before. Perhaps there was too many cups in the options with the Seven of Cups nearby, but balancing things out. And yeah, you have here showing you the star, the one that guides you, the one that shines the light to bring balance to you emotionally. And also about the balance is the two cups pouring water out here as well. So that's double confirmation. And yes, with the Two of Pentacles also balancing things out, divinely blessed, from coming out of the storm, out of the rubble of the tower with this rainbow, because you're not promised that you won't receive a storm, that you won't go through a tower moment, but you are promised that rainbow afterwards, the blessings that come from when you come up out of the rubble and come through the storm. Seven of Cups. Please clarify the Seven of Cups. Again, we have temperance, balancing things out. There's only two cups, yours and your divine counterpart. Time is now to get into union. Time is now to all the partners that were twin connections, the divine connections they're either meant to either come into union, Spirit says, or they're removing the one that from the connection, the blueprint, the partnership, dividing it. If they're not stepping up, they're not coming into union, not doing the work, and it doesn't look like they're going to in the near future, then they're replacing that person, hence the black candle. Because they weren't doing the work. Nine of Pentacles, but the collective, you're here because you were divinely guided. And so, yeah, you were doing the work. You're shining your light. But maybe you have a divine counterpart that still is connected to karma, still connected to toxicity. They didn't want to leave behind things that didn't serve them. They weren't stepping up. And it doesn't look like they're going to in the near future. Spirit's replacing them. And this isn't the first time. So now, yeah, you need to take that leap of faith forward, maybe with a new person. But Spirit says you will know the energy of the new person. You will have already been guided during your meditation. The Spirit would have told you, no, that person's passing on. That person's energy is no longer there for them to utilize. That your twin or that divine counterpart is being changed from that twin to another. I think you need, I'll link, hang on, Spirit, should I tell? I'll link another page with an explanation of that, this, the union, change up of unions, for those that don't, if they don't come into union, they're not leaving behind karma or toxicity. This has happened before where then they got a different twin. They got, so you might have, they may have referred to it as a catalyst. They may have referred to it as a false twin, but in reality, it's just the next one because someone wasn't doing the work. They weren't leaving behind. They didn't choose the right path, and they were given multiple chances to move forward in this connection. And yeah, that energy, that blueprint, the soul that's connected, that person, the other half of your soul is being moved to another divine partner for you to move forward. I know that's a little complicated. But you have to have faith. Take the leap of faith forward. Not all of you. This does not pertain to all of you. Especially new waivers. This is the ones that have already been in this journey for quite some time. And your partner, your divine counterpart, still not leaving behind the toxicity, the karma. They're not moving, but they've been in this journey, and you've already reached your high priestess energy, and you've been there, and you just keep doing self-love and going in your soul purpose, and they're still back, not growing, not going within. That would be for those persons. And yeah, some of them perhaps were too set in their ways for some of them. Then maybe they are receiving tower moments that are going to put an end to that connection or their time on earth. And maybe they do need to reincarnate and complete their cycle, their mission in another lifetime. Okay, wand, 8 of Wands. Clarify the 8 of Wands. This was really complicated, Spirit. Are you sure they're going to get it? Continue your self-love. Continue to nurture yourself and have the wisdom to understand the truth of the matter moving forward. Knight of Swords, speak your truth. Be in truth for self. Know that many of you, yes, it is a time of union. Your counterparts are doing the work. They're shining. And again, this is not for new waivers or those that have just come across the energy. This is for the ones that have been doing in mission and doing the work, and yet their counterparts still not stepping up, still not leaving behind toxicity. See. And so Knight of Cups, yes, they have lost things. They know that they needed to leave things behind. They didn't choose correctly. Things, yes, they have lost, but Spirit still has something special there. They just have to see. They just have to reach up to Spirit for guidance. And to step into mission, step into teaching others about the journey, about these steps, the messages Spirit has for them, for you. Knight of Pentacles, moving forward and not looking back. Here you see him looking back behind him. He has his staff to guide him. He has his shield of protection, his pentacles to ground him. And even the horse looks a little nervous as to whether they're not moving forward. But Spirit said, don't be nervous. Know that Spirit has got you. Spirit's protecting you. And don't hold on to the heartache. Pull the swords from your heart, knowing that Archangel Michael will help you to heal. Go within and heal. And know that there is always that divine blessing Spirit is sending you. And you will have cause for celebration, bringing you out of the cold of this stagnant connection for some of you. And yeah, you may have to leave behind the 8 cups if you want to work towards the other 2 cups. But 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles is the outcome when you reach your mission, your soul purpose. Putting an end to sleepless nights because you were gaining the wisdom. You have an owl here and an owl here. Just looking for any more owls. For those that have synchronicity of owls. But yes, gain the strength. Hold on to your spiritual guidance. The King of Cups is filling his cup as well and ready to make an offer. For many of you, your union is just around the corner, Spirit said. Getting messages for you from the near future. Yeah, stand still. Number 7, stand still, meditate. You have to be still and listen to the guidance, but not only listen to messages of just a minute or two. You have to sit in silence and meditate every day. Yes, daily meditation is required to hear your spiritual messages and to listen to the details and ask details. Ask your spirit guides for details. Ask them to show you colors, time, dates. They're not going to just offer you information if you're not willing to ask. You need to seek that help, that you seek the answers. Number 11 is about the journey. Loving oneself, going within, listening to your guidance, an owl here as well. That's 3 owls for regarding wisdom. I'm sure there's somebody in the collective that owls are a significant to you. Yeah, this is also reminds the journey is about the to focus on the journey, but know that the journey is about your growth as an individual before you can even come into union with your counterpart, and they need to make that same journey before they're in alignment of energy with you. And that's part of the wisdom of it, right? We listen to our higher selves knowing this, knowing that we have to love ourselves and grow, forgiving ourselves of any past traumas, healing our inner child, right? Our childhood issues, or not issues, but traumas, really. Because while even if you go within an spirit to show you the things that you need to let go or release from the ages, say, of 0 years to 5 years old, or 5 years old to 10 years old, and do step by step healing your inner child throughout that time, those time frames, and release those traumas. Forgive your parents, forgive whoever took part in the pain, forgive yourself for those situations, and release it so that you can heal the inner child, so that you can shine brightly. And yes, currently maybe you do have to sacrifice and leave behind things that don't serve you. Right there. Sacrifice. Yes, you do have to sacrifice. For some of you, it's sacrificing greatly. For some of you, maybe it's only a certain food, right? You might just need to sacrifice a certain food to show your commitment to your journey. Perhaps some of you are having to sacrifice the connection to the divine counterpart because they aren't stepping up. They aren't doing the work. And just know that for your journey, for your highest good, you need to heal yourself. But when you're in meditation, Spirit will guide you in this situation. Spirit, what else do you have for their near future? Any advice? Believe in magic. Believe in yourself, the gifts that Spirit has given you. Know that your crown chakra is open, your third eye is open, and to receive the guidance from the downloads, the messages Spirit's giving you, and to speak your truth. Also, Spirit wants you to know, Pachamama, know that everything is connected, like the pebble in the water, right? The waves, makes the waves there. Everything has an effect. Everything we do in our life, every action, every time we breathe, we are affecting energy around us. And so does the actions of our counterparts, whether they're still in toxicity or out of toxicity. I think I melted my fingernail during lighting the candle. Huh. That's weird. The sun is here to bless you. Spirit says on number 8, know that Spirit is blessing you for the how far you've come in this journey, for your dedication to the journey, and they are celebrating your work, your celebration. They're celebrating your how far you've come. But know that yes, it's a continuation, a cycle, a continued work in progress. What else does the Spirit want you to work on? Yes, you may be experiencing heartache and loss for many of you, or some of you in this connection or in this channel. Perhaps that is why Spirit wanted me to light the black candle, which black candles, by the way, are very difficult to find. I usually just get the little ones for my, moon ceremonies, but he wanted me to light it each day for those that we have to leave behind, those that are leaving us by reincarnating to their next lifetime. And so, yes, we do have heartache, we do have loss, and we feel it in the heart space. And to heal your heart chakra and to release it, knowing that they are not just lying in their avatar, their body, because, their soul's reincarnated already to the next person, next being, their next lifetime, they get to, restart their journey over and perhaps do it differently in the next lifetime. And so you have that for solace for your grief, is what I just heard. Solace for your grief. Okay. Material and spiritual prosperity. You are being very blessed. Number 6, change. It's that step forward after change has occurred. Number 5 is about change, the winning and losing, right? Being in your truth also. But number 6 is that next step forward after a change has occurred, realizing that you are growing, you are gaining a success, you are moving forward, both in your material and spiritual prosperity. And daydreams and decisions, and know that number 7 here is also Spirit saying yes, to not always be in your daydreams, but also allow yourself to daydream. Go into 5D for your divine counterpart. Embrace them in 5D. Send them love and light so that they can feel your energy and follow your light, your guidance, to pull them up out of toxicity. Your ancestors that are around you. Number 10, an ending. Budding trees, moon, right? Winter, budding trees bud in the spring, but winter first has to come and allow that ending before it can start new in the spring. And your expectations perhaps were misled. Perhaps you had unrealistic expectations of what this connection was. Maybe you just didn't think you really needed to go within and heal something. But yes, you need to release toxicity. Yes, you need to go within and heal your inner child so that you can blossom in the spring, so that you can grow. And that is the expectation. Know that you are going to blossom and bloom where Spirit is putting you, where you're being planted. And it is a process, but it's all in divine timing. Okay, an introspection, Spirit path of the West, new perspective now. Maybe you are gaining a new perspective regarding your connection, understanding that the unity first, number 3, body, mind, and soul, unity first has to come within you. You have to go within with that hermit mode there, and a bear here reminds me, yes, it's about coming in union with self, but you have to go in, heal yourself. Don't be afraid to take time out of society, of pulling back from Facebook, to the drama in social media, this drama in going to the nightclubs or whatever you do, and spend that time in quietness with yourself, listening to softer music and asking Spirit to speak to you and guide you. And it's that inner knowing, that intuition. You hear the words coming to your mind, and that is your spirit guide speaking to you. Your spirit guides have a message for you as well. And they want you to know to go in the forest, go in nature, to meditate, to see all the blessings and the synchronicities, the messages that you will find just out in nature alone. If you hear my dogs running around out there, they're going crazy. I hear them playing on the wood floor. loving, comforting, emotional, and intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. Yeah, you don't want to overwater your divine counterpart, because they need to learn to do some of the work themselves. It kind of reminds me of two ways. One, a baby has to crawl, and then they climb up to the furniture, and then they might fall down a little bit, but you gotta allow them to gain the strength on their own to explore, to do some of that work themselves. If we coddle them too much, right, they just expect to be carried. They won't expect to have to gain that strength to hold their own weight up. Also, it's like a child learning to ride a two-wheel bike versus training wheels. It's like they have the security of those training wheels, or you holding onto the side of the bike, but some eventually got to remove the training wheels, right? And just run beside them and let go, and allow them to fall a few times, skin their knees, get a few bumps and bruises along the way, but from that they learn. As hard as it is to let them go, you need to allow your divine counterpart that time to maybe learn from the wrong choice. News worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births. Friends that you cherish. This reminds me too of perhaps groups in metaphysical shops nearby you, or groups like this where people can get together, comment on the YouTube, that we are not judgmental of one another, because we've all had weird experiences, messages from spirit, right? And so when you ask a question, know that there's no judgment. If you comment on the page regarding maybe a dream that you had regarding the other dimensions coming at you or something, then know that there's no judgment, that we all are here to help one another in their growth and in your journey. The goddesses around you. Today's butterfly maiden transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings, not only to you, but those around you, because as you shine your light brightly and as you blossom, know that you are healing and awakening others. You are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. The goddess of oneness, again about self-union. Someone you love is thinking fondly of you at this very moment. And know that you are loved by the universe. You are worthy of this connection, of this journey. You are a chosen one. God of conflict resolution, you are being encouraged to walk away from the current conflict. And yes, for some, walking away means pulling away your energy, pulling it away so that you can heal and move forward in your soul purpose. People need to get into their mission, their soul purpose, with or without their divine counterpart, knowing that that will help them to do the same, because energetically, they will be pulled to you magnetically to follow suit. All right. So this is what I have for you for your general message. Again, I hope that Carl's wife seeks medical attention. Janet, you drive safely. And I don't even know what to say for Romano. All right. Have a blessed day. Namaste.